All right, we are going to be a shooting and review of the Ruger Bushmaster 450. This is the Ruger American. Now there are different versions of this. There's the Patriot, there's the Rancher, there's all these other ones, but this is the American. What makes this American? Probably because it kicks like a mule when you shoot it. Actually not horrible, and it does get a bad reputation, but that's because people compare it to the 350 Legend. Now, compared to the 350 Legend, will it kick more? Yeah, that's like comparing a 20 gauge shotgun to a 22. They're two different things. So we're going to be talking about this and the things I like about it, don't like about it, and then we're going to see I shot a whole box of ammunition. So we were shooting the Hornady black ammunition. There's 20 in here. This is the 250 grain FTX. That's what we were shooting, and because we were preparing for hunting season. My son actually harvested a buck with this during the Ohio youth season. Very, very cool. But let's go over this real quick. So we do have a removable magazine right here. You can, in total, I believe it holds 5, and which is really cool. The slide, it did take a little bit getting used to. It felt like the action, it just wasn't like it did that right there. It would get kind of stuck right there at that point, but it's just a little bit more pressure, probably because it's not fully broken yet. I mean, at this point we've put 20 some cartridges through it, so yeah. We opted for the scope right here. I don't even know, Bushnell, I believe it's a Bushnell, 3x9x40. Not a horrible scope at all. It does have some eye relief, and quite frankly, whatever you put on this, as long as you have it dialed in, it's going to get it done. I do believe I'm doing a review on the scope individually, so really, really cool thing, the trigger. See this trigger right here? It's a 2-part trigger, so this section right here will go in like this, okay? And then once that matches up with the trigger, it's a barely pull. So this part right here matches up just like a Glock or something like that, and then you pull, and it's hardly any pressure, which is great for surprise. So surprise for you, like you want it to be a surprise for you when that gun goes off. The magazine, I only need one. It's what it came with. Don't really need any more than one magazine. You don't need a bigger magazine than what it is. I think it would just get in the way if you had a bigger magazine. I have seen people put on YouTube and stuff, they put like a 10-round magazine in or something like that. There's really no sense for that. The barrel, it's actually not too long. I think it's a 16-inch, and it has this really cool comp on it. I think that is basically dispersed so you can get back on target as soon as possible. We bought this brand new, and we bought it from 1776 Firearms in Union, Ohio. This is the 3rd gun that I've ordered from them, and I ordered this. They didn't have this in stock. I usually go to the guy, Kelly is his name, and I go to him and I say, this is exactly what I want, and he will order it, and within a few days it is there, and you got a price that is under the cheapest price you could think of. So I got it from him. Also picked up this Butler Creek sling from him as well, and also a rifle bag, a pit bull rifle bag. So really cool guy, and he will help you. This is the tan color. This does come in all kinds of colors. You can get the OD green, you can get black, you can get wood. whatever you want. I just wanted something that was kind of camouflage to woods, because that's where we hunt, in the woods. So, and when I ordered it, it was laser sighted by Kelly. Before, I didn't even ask him to do that. Before he even gave it to me, he was like, "Oh, by the way, I laser sight." So he put the scope on it. I ordered the scope separate, and the scope rings. So he put it all together, laser sighted it, put it back in the box. I went to pick it up, and he's like, "Oh, by the way, I put the scope on there and laser sighted it for you for free." Thought that was really cool. So without further ado, let's get into shooting and tell you, we'll kind of end this with what we think about this and kind of give it a score, okay? So here's some shooting of this gun. Welcome back. And so this gun is actually very light. It's not heavy at all. The heaviest part is probably like this part of the barrel, the thickest part of the barrel. And and you want a heavier barrel a little bit, just so it helps with recoil, and so you can get right back on target. Recoil is not horrible, folks. Probably about the same as a 20 gauge shotgun. Like I said, people compare it to the 350 Legend, which is great for smaller frame people, or people who don't like any kick whatsoever, or people who like kids, okay? Because there's barely any kick to that. So people compare it to that, and yeah, well, I'm a grown man and my son is a teenager, so we can handle a little kick, because the bigger the kick, the bigger that deer is, the bigger the chance that deer is going to go straight down. I have seen many people take shots with a 350 Legend, and if the bullet goes right through that deer. My son shot his deer at 25 yards, and right in the shoulder right here, it basically exploded the shoulder, collapsed this leg, and the deer went 10 feet and died right there. Kyler, my son, actually thought the deer ran away. So he shot it, and the deer jumped. And when it jumped into some honeysuckle. And Kyler thought the deer had ran away because he couldn't hear it like thrashing or anything, because the deer died. That's where the deer died. It didn't know when it got shot that the deer was dead. The deer didn't know, but it was dead. So this thing does incredible damage, which is what you want when you're deer hunting. You know, I hate tracking deer. I would just love, like when I shoot a deer with my bow and I can see it fall down, that's the greatest feeling in the world. So things that I like about this. I like that the firing safety is very easy to operate. It's easy to find. Sometimes they put them in weird spots, like right here, or way back here, for rifles. This is easy. Very, very easy to operate. The bolt action, like I said, it's still getting worked in, but it's not horrible. It's just, it's a little loud. It's a little clinky, but I mean, if you just shot this thing, who cares if this is loud or not? And I would actually load one up at the truck, and then put it like as I'm getting out of the truck, okay, not in the truck, and then put it on safe until I get to my deer stand. That would be me, because I don't want to be in my tree stand and then doing this. Okay. Everything about this I loved. No complaints whatsoever. The ammo is a little pricey, I will say that. If that's one of your concerns, then you probably shouldn't get this. Just stick with a shotgun. The ammo that we chose to use, the muzzle feet per second is 2200, and here, I'll just show you real quick what they look like. I think there's only one in this box right here. Yep. All right. Huge rounds, by the way. So that's the bullet right there, and this is what the spent cartridge looks like. But that's the bullet, and they are big rounds, just a little bit smaller than a dime, and just an enormous round. So this is these are legal to shoot in Ohio for deer, because it's a straight wall cartridge, which means there's no shoulder to the cartridge. So, and these were about $38.99 a box. And you can see I have 2 boxes here. So, we will be trying to reload these. Yeah, so not bad at all. Not bad at all. As far as like, now that I know it's sighted in and everything, but sometimes you'll shoot for fun. So like if I got picked up, there's a white box too. If I picked up that to see if that's a little bit more accurate at longer distance, which I doubt it is, but I will do a video in reviewing it. I'm going to review that ammo, but really, really cool gun. Score 0 to 10, 0 to 100. So 0 to 100, I would give this a score of, I'm going to give it a score of about 85. And I'm putting this in the straight wall cartridge category because you can't compare this to a 30-06. Some of you guys are going to be like, yes, you can. No, if I had the chance to, or the opportunity to shoot a deer with a 30-06 over this, I would shoot it with something like a 30-06 because you can shoot them from farther away. You don't have to wait until they're that close. So the farthest I would probably shoot this right now would be about 50, 60, 75 yards. Nothing farther than that, just because I haven't practiced enough with it. But yeah, there you go. There's the review. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this channel. Share the video. That's how the channel grows. And if you like guns and shooting as much as I do, make sure you leave a comment. Tell me what state you're from. I always like to see that. And then, like I said, subscribe. Thanks. Keep shooting.